an inside track of Shinde camp strategy at this point. Likely they will ask for a floor test, and a floor test will be likely under the Deputy Speaker. Shinde Sena won't abstain during the floor test. Shinde Sena will not merge with any other party, and the Shinde Sena won't split once in Mumbai. This is, of course, a very favourable scenario to Uddhav Thackeray if at all it pans out this way. But this is the inside track that we get of the Shinde camp strategy at this point. A floor test likely under the Deputy Speaker. The Shinde Sena won't abstain during the floor test, and the Shinde Sena will not merge with any other party, and the Shinde Sena won't split once in Mumbai. So this is exactly what the hopes Uddhav Thackeray will have, that he will be able to bring the Shinde Sena back to their fold, and that they won't split, they will be united, they will not have to merge with any party. Follow me, the Shinde Sena also coming out with different strategies, and it appears for Uddhav Thackeray, the likely scenario would be that the Shinde Sena return to their fold. They join the party under the leadership of Uddhav Thackeray and maybe pull out from the alliance of the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, but enter an alliance with the BJP formally. They don't have to merge with the BJP, but as Shiv Sena itself, as a full party, can join the BJP. How possible is that scenario?
Well, Nabila, I couldn't catch the entire question. Is it about the merger possibility as far as the Eknath Shinde faction is concerned?
We're looking at different scenarios, Paulami, at this point. Different scenarios that the Shinde camp could play out. At this point, one possibility is that they face the floor test and don't abstain. If they don't abstain, in fact, they will be voting on the floor of the House, and that will be done under the Deputy Speaker. They won't abstain from voting, and therefore the party will not split. The Shiv Sena will be together. That's a scenario that one can imagine may just pan out. What do you think is the possibility of it?
Well, Nabila, a couple of things that you touched upon over there. What we've learned from our top sources within, of course, the Eknath Shinde camp and the Bharatiya Janata Party, we've been speaking across both sides and, of course, to others as well to get a holistic picture of what exactly is the game plan. One, they're not going to abstain from voting. They will vote. So those reports have been denied that the Eknath Shinde camp, just because they don't want to attract any sort of action because there is a grey area around the disqualification proceedings, etc., etc. Whether they are a separate party, not separate unit, not etc., etc., they could possibly abstain from voting. We've been categorically told no, they will vote in a floor test, and that's exactly why they went ahead and sought a stay on their disqualification proceedings. And as far as merger possibilities are concerned, completely dismissed. They're not going to merge with anyone. Also, there were reports doing the rounds, Nabila, you may have caught on to some of those reports which said that there is a possibility Eknath Shinde faction could merge with the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, the Raj Thackeray-led MNS. Again, completely dismissed as baseless. Absolutely baseless. The question of merger, so to say, has been completely dismissed at the moment, is what we are being told. What we are being told categorically and defiantly by the Eknath Shinde camp is that we are the real Shiv Sena. It's not about two-thirds of the legislative party being with us. The fact is, Eknath Shinde continues to be the leader of the legislative party, because if he's chosen by 55 MLAs of the Shiv Sena as leader of the legislative party, how do 14 of them get together and decide he's no longer leader of the legislative party and Ajay Chaudhary is 14? Were the total at that point of time, 2 of them have in fact since come and joined Eknath Shinde. So a minority faction cannot decide if Eknath Shinde cannot be the leader of the legislative party. What he needs is the backing of 50% plus 1. That is the formula. 50% plus 1 of the legislative party needs to be behind him, and he stays the leader of the legislative party if that is what 50% plus 1 decide, and that is exactly the number that he has right now. So he is the Shiv Sena, the real Shiv Sena, as he also of course tweets using the hashtag real Shiv Sena wins. So that is the claim that is being made as far as the party is concerned, the symbol is concerned, the party name is concerned, etc.
Yeah,
that's a battle that will be fought out.
So what we see here, the inside track coming in from Shinde Sena and their strategy is that they will face the floor test. That's what we hear from the Shinde camp, that they will likely face the floor test under the Deputy Speaker. They will not abstain from voting. and they will stay united. That the merger is impossible. They will stay united, will not merge with another party, and will also vote on the floor of the House. So it seems like the Shinde Sena at this point, while they're strategizing, are very confident that they will be able to prove their strength on the floor of the House and possibly be recognized as a separate faction, a rebel breakaway faction of the Shiv Sena, and they will vote on the floor of the House most definitely. Will not abstain. That's what we hear from the Shinde camp.